Our notebook operation is something we're very proud of. It was a new concept really in South African real estate. It had never been done before. And essentially what we found is we had a lot of small areas and small operators where running a traditional franchise just isn't cost effective. It doesn't make sense. I know a lot of people don't agree with my sentiments on this, but it's very easy to take somebody's money and charge them for a franchise, and then for them to only find out in 6 months' time that they're going to battle to make a living or make a profit out of that franchise because the operating costs are sometimes too prohibitive in an area which has a very small turnover. We were approached by a number of agents in the smaller areas, and I recall the lady that set this process of Chas Everett notebook licenses rolling was a lady from a place called Mooinooi, which, if I'm totally honest, I didn't know where it was. And when I spoke to a lady by the name of Yolandi Goosen, who's still with us today, and she approached me for a franchise there. And when I looked at the turnover in the area, there is no ways the area could justify a full franchise. And from that thought, the concept of notebook license was born.
Cutting edge technology of the company, always on the forefront, and also the culture of the company. I liked and still love the way that the management is accessible.
It takes me back to the concept of a culture. It's a family business, and we see it that way. Therefore, when we have an agent that is struggling, it becomes easy to help them. It becomes easy to help them achieve what they want to achieve.
You don't feel like a number, you don't feel like an employee, you really become part of a family when you join Chas. And that's the one thing I really like.
They've got all access to everything that many of the franchises have at a slightly different model rate offering, but without the traditional harnessing that a lot of operations have to have with full-on offices, full-on administrative support, with the technology that's available to us and the systems that we have. We're able to do that at a distance, so we can have a Yolandi Goosen in Mooinooi, who is a very active operator there, able to run a business which isn't crucifying or killing her in the process from a cost point of view. And it's a model that I think is going to gain more and more momentum as you see experienced agents wanting to run their own shop and not perhaps having the 3 or 4 million rand that is needed these days sometimes to open up a fully fledged franchise operation. Just because somebody's a small operation doesn't mean they're not necessarily a good operation. Some of the best operators in small markets in the country are independent agents who are sometimes just looking for something a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger to help them spread their wings.